Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you and yours, and of course, always appreciative of the time that you make to be here on Storytime with us, to enjoy beautiful stories, to learn together, to be in community together. Thank you so much indeed. And as always, please let us know where you're joining in from, and if anybody else is with you, let us know so we can say hi to them as well. And if you're joining us later on for the recordings, you're still very welcome to send in a message, and we will see it later on, and of course be able to say hi to you on the next edition of Storytime. Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely appreciate you. And this week we continue to celebrate Earth Week and continue setting those goals, achievable goals. What can you do to help your environment? What can you do to make our place better? Thank you indeed for being here. Absolutely appreciate you. And if you've not been inspired yet, if you've not been pushed yet by the books that we've read this week, well, this one I think is the one that gets you over the line, and it is called Follow the Moon Home. Yes, a tale of one idea, 20 kids, and 100 sea turtles. And this one is written by PHILIPPE and DEBORAH Hopkinson, a friend of Storytime. And it is illustrated by MEILO. So thank you so much for being here. And of course, we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And I hope that you're ready to enjoy this wonderful story. Yes, a call to action is here for you on this Friday, final day of Earth Week for us here on Storytime. What a lineup we've had. I hope you've enjoyed all the amazing books that we brought for you, including this brand new one coming to us from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. It will be officially out on May 14th from Chronicle Books Spring Catalog. So do look out for all those amazing books that are coming from the Spring Catalog. But this one we featured here today, we featured here on Storytime this week, and it will be officially out on May 14th. So you get the inside scoop, you get the exclusive here on Storytime. Thank you so much for being here. Please look out for that one, On a Summer Night. DEBORAH Hopkinson and Kennard Pack. Thank you indeed for joining us here on Storytime. And yes, continue to think about the theme for this year, which is planet versus plastic. What are you doing to help the environment? What are some of those goals? What is that thing that you're going to do to make sure that we do better? Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime, and we want that plastic-free planet for generations to come. So let us play our part today. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And of course, too, realizing if you're in exam classes and all of that, I'm sure you're coming to finals week and all of those, and I hope that you get all these things that need to be turned in. And of course, not to pile on the pressure, but I hope that you have the time this weekend or indeed in the coming week. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. This is time for us to be to get lost in the books. That's why we come here to story time, right? Get lost in the books, enjoy the stories, and of course, a big thank you as always, Chronicle Books. Thank you for allowing us to share wonderful books here on story time. So many wonderful books over the last 4+ years. Thank you indeed for being here with us. Follow the Moon Home. We'll be doing just that with Philippe COUSTEAU, Deborah Hopkinson, and of course, MEILO. So thank you indeed for being here. Please get comfortable, get cozy, get ready. We will be getting started with our story very, very shortly indeed. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Good morning to you, Kathy. How are you doing today out there in Ohio? Warming up still. Enjoy that warming up weather, that lovely weather that you seem to be having right now. Sunny out there. And thank you so much for being here with us today on Storytime. I hope that you are well. I hope that Storytime adds a little more warmth to your day. Thank you so much for joining us, because we know you're adding so much warmth to our day here on Storytime. Thank you for being here, Kathy. And of course, Luna, good morning to you as well. I hope that you are having a fantastic start to your day. I hope that you have a great day. And of course, if you're watching this later on, thank you for being here, Luna. Much love to you. And of course, talking about Luna, yesterday the moon was looking beautiful outside. If you not had a chance yet to look up into the sky in the nighttime, please do so and see how beautiful the moon looks right now. Hopefully in your part of the world you can see it as well. Thank you indeed for being here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Please get comfortable, get cozy, as we'll be getting started with our story very, very shortly. We'll be right back after this very short break.
Hi, friends. I hope you're enjoying today's story on Storytime with Mr. Limata. I know I am. My name is Angela Dalton, and I'm the author of picture books, including If You Look Up to the Sky, Show the World, and Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, all of which you can hear Mr. Limata read right here on Storytime with Mr. Limata. I hope you continue to enjoy today's story, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.
Welcome back. Thank you indeed, Angela Dalton, author, creator of many wonderful books that we've enjoyed here on Storytime. I hope that you check out just one, even one today. And yeah, If You Look Up to the Sky is definitely a favorite of mine, and including the many favorites that she's created, right? So please do see Angela Dalton at angeladarton.com and get to see all the amazing work that is there, including one that was featured at the African American Museum, and that is To Boldly Go, the last one of her productions. And I hope that you get to see that one as well. What an achievement. Congratulations to you, Angela Dalton. We love you here at Storytime. We kick off this book. We're going to read the dedication, of course. This one is coming to us from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. It is written by Philippe COUSTEAU and illustrated by MEILO. And this one is also written in conjunction with Deborah Hopkinson. And beautiful book. Follow the Moon Home. Cannot wait to share this one. And the dedication in this one says, and we're going to read one that comes from Philippe COUSTEAU, and it says, "To my mother, Jan, who has always taught me to question the world around me and constantly challenge myself to make it better." That is a challenge for us. That is encouragement for us right there. To my mother, Jan, to all of you out there, who has always taught me to question the world around me. Yes, question the world around me and constantly challenge myself to make it better. There we go. Follow the Moon Home. A tale of one idea, 20 kids, and 100 sea turtles. This one written by Philippe COUSTEAU and Deborah Hopkinson, and illustrations by MEILO. And of course, reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you indeed for being here with us. I hope you enjoy this beautiful book. I always need help finding my way, especially in a new place. Are you like that too? I always need help finding my way, especially in a new place. Before long, you will feel right at home, Viv. I wasn't so sure. Yeah. Are you like Viv? Not so sure that you find your way around this new place. I always need help finding my way home, especially in a new place. Before long, you will feel right at home, Viv. Looks beautiful out there. Welcome, Vivian, called Mr. J. You're just in time for the fun. We're looking for a problem to solve. I got out my pencil and bit my lip. What could we come up with? And they have a class project. They need to identify a problem, gather information about that problem, take action, tell the story, and also reflect on it. Ooh. What will they find? What will they work on? Well, let's find out. Welcome, Vivian, called Mr. J. You're just in time for the fun. We're looking for a problem to solve. I got out my pencil and bit my lip. Thinking. I rode my bike all over town looking for a problem. Mostly, well, I just got lost. It is a new place after all. Yes, I rode my bike all over town looking for a problem. Does your town look like that too? On Saturday, I took Samson and Luna for a run on the beach. Mostly, they pulled me. Let's make a gigantic hole, I gasped, plopping down. My big digger and my little digger sprang into action. Suddenly, it was raining sand. Sounds like fun. Looks like fun, but be sure to fill in that hole, said the man walking by. It's nesting season. I smoothed out the sand and we all went to look. What do holes have to do with turtles? A great question. What do holes have to do with turtles? It says loggerhead, turtle nesting area. Do not disturb. What is that? It's because of the babies, said a voice. I whirled to see a girl from school. I am Clementine, she reminded me. Baby sea turtles need a clear path to the sea. Holes and sandcastles get in their way. I didn't know we had sea turtles here. Samson pulled on the leash. Time to go. Yeah. It's because of the babies, said a voice. I whirled to see a girl from school. I'm Clementine, she reminded me. Baby sea turtles need a clear path to sea. Holes and sandcastles get in their way. I didn't know we had sea turtles here, Samson pulled on the leash. I didn't either. We do. Oh, and look what happened to this baby, cried Clementine. Why were you going the wrong way, little one? Great question. Why were you going the wrong way? Mr. J had told us to use our own eyes. So that night, Mom and I went back to the beach. As darkness fell, we could see bright lights winking on one by one along the shore. That's it, I said. The lights in the beach houses are the problem. Why is that? Mom asked. When baby turtles hatch, they follow the strongest light they see, I explained. So if they head away from the sea, they get dehydrated and die. Whoa. What could we do? What can be done about that? Yeah, that's it. That's the problem right there. The lights in the beach houses are the problem. My heart sank as I stared at the houses. There are so many. How can we ask all these people to turn off their lights? Most of these houses are vacation rentals, Mom said. That means new people come to stay every few days. We'd have to knock on doors every night. Clearly, I needed help to solve this problem, and I knew just how to get it. Clearly, I needed help to solve this problem, and I knew exactly how to get it. On Monday morning, Clementine and I raised our hands. We told the class what we'd learned and observed about loggerhead sea turtles. The sea turtles' eggs are starting to hatch. I went on. To save the hatchlings, we need the whole class, the whole town to help. And that's how lights out for loggerheads began. Yeah. We need the whole class, the whole town to help. Yeah. And that's how lights out for loggerheads began. Our classroom became the loggerhead lab. First, we gathered lots of information. We read books. We visited an aquarium and a sea turtle hospital. We asked someone from the South Carolina Marine Turtle Conservation Program to speak to our class. We all brainstormed solutions, choosing the best ideas. Then we got to work. Wow. Yeah. Identify a problem, gather information. Love it. We made posters and delivered them all over town. We wrote fact sheets for all the vacation beach houses. Yeah, that's a lot of work. To pay for printing our flyers and posters, we held a bake sale. Andy, the coffee shop man, donated a whole pan of his famous granola. Happy to help, he said. The editor promised to put my article in the community newspaper. Nice to have a new writer in town, she said. The printer gave us a discount. For the loggerheads, they said. Rebecca and Max learned how to spread the word on the internet. Mr. J helped us write a press release. I was on TV as class spokesperson. How exciting! Yeah. It takes a village, doesn't it? Oh, how amazing how everybody's coming together. We invited volunteers from Scoot, South Carolina United Turtle Enthusiasts, to a town meeting. When the big night arrived, the room was packed. The room buzzed with ideas. We talked about how to make our beach a great place for turtles, how to mark nests, how to run nightly patrols, and what to do if hatchlings get in trouble. Yeah. Do not keep beaches dark. Turn off outside lights during nesting season. Stay clear. Don't disturb nests, adult turtles, or hatchlings. Get involved. Volunteer. Help protect sea turtles on our beaches. Whoa. At the end, we decided to form our own volunteer group. People cheered for our class. Mr. J beamed. I am proud of you all. Aww. That was the best night ever. Wow, until. Yes, at the end of all that, we decided to form our own volunteer group. People cheered for our class. Mr. J beamed. I am proud of you all. That was the best night ever until. Until on the last evening of summer school, we went on a turtle patrol. Lots of parents came too. Everyone smiled as we watched the lights along the beach go out one by one. We had done it. Suddenly, movement on the sand caught my eye. Over here, I whispered, over here. Do you see it? Yes, it was the best night ever until on the last evening of summer school, we went on a turtle patrol. Lots of parents came too. Everyone smiled as we watched the lights along the beach go out one by one. We had done it. Suddenly, a movement on the sand caught my eye. Over here, I whispered, over here. Can you see that? We crept closer, careful to stay quiet. A crescent moon shone on the waves. The sea glittered like silver. I made out first one, then two hatchlings. Soon the sand seemed to boil over with life. Tiny turtles, no more than 2 inches long, burst from the nest. Yeah. We watched, barely daring to breathe. Would they know where to go? Holding my breath. Will they know where to go? It is absolutely beautiful, isn't it, Kathy? We watched, barely daring to breathe. Would they know where to go? Would these little hatchlings know where to go? Then they were off, scurrying over the sand and into the shimmering sea. Ah, yay! Yeah, would these little hatchlings know where to go? But then they were off, scurrying over the sand and into the shimmering sea. Ah. Yay. Ah. We stood together, smiling and silent with wonder. Then, just like the turtles, we followed the moon home. Ah. Yes. Will those little hatchlings know where to go? But off they went, scurrying into the shimmering sea. We stood together, smiling and silent with wonder. Then, just like the turtles, we followed the moon home. Ah. And that is the end of our story. When we get back, we're going to read a little bit a letter to all the young activists out there, and we're also going to touch a little bit on the note to parents and teachers out there. Thank you so much for joining in today on Storytime. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful book, that beautiful call to action, all for you, all for us here on Storytime. And of course, let us tell our friends about it. We'll be right back after this very short break.
You're watching Storytime with Maple and Cypress. Just kidding. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Just kidding, indeed. Thank you so much, Ari. We hope you're doing well. And yeah, thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Of course, if you're watching this later on, the recording, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time, and we hope that you enjoy it too. Please leave us a message. But before we go today, this wonderful book, let's just go ahead and read this letter to young activists out there. Yes, indeed, to you young ones joining us for Storytime, this is for you. Letter to young activists. When I was a little boy, I loved to go outside. My grandfather, Jacques Cousteau, was a famous explorer and always challenged me to go out and explore the world. One of my favorite things to do was to visit the beach. My earliest memory of the beach is from a trip my mother took us on to Hawaii. Each day, we would go down to the beach and explore the tidal pools. We would sit patiently at the edge of these shallow pools of water, not making a sound, and watch as the small fish, crabs, anemones, and sometimes even an octopus would go about their business. It was a fascinating world to watch and instilled in me with a love of the ocean. Those experiences as a young boy inspired me to explore and protect the oceans as my life's work. Many years later, I found myself walking along a beach in Florida at night, filming a TV show about the ocean, and right there before my eyes, I was able to watch baby sea turtles, first one, then dozens, crawl out of the sand and down toward the ocean. It was one of the most magical experiences of my life and was one of the inspirations for the story in this book. If my grandfather taught me anything, it was to be curious, to ask questions, and to dream. Through my work, I get to meet kids every day who are curious, kids around the world who care about the environment and who want to do something to protect it. Like Viv, they realize that they can't leave it up to the grown-ups to solve all the problems. They realize that they have to get up and do something themselves to change the world. And you know what? They do. I see kids protecting animals, changing laws, raising money, and more. Kids around the world do amazing things every day, and so can you. All you have to do is follow Viv's lead and take 5 simple steps. First, explore your community. Look around and identify something you care about. The world just looks different to kids than it does to adults. That's why ideas and solutions that come from you are so powerful, because you see the world differently and often find solutions where adults don't think to look. Then develop a plan to fix whatever problem you've identified. Research it a little bit. Think about the people, places, and animals that are impacted by it and who might want to help you do something about it. Maybe there are conservation groups in your area, or a politician who cares about the environment, or indeed a friend or family member who can help. Next, take action. There are several ways to do this. Maybe organize a community cleanup or do some research with the help of a teacher or mentor that adds to data politicians that add to data that politicians use to make better laws. Maybe you can raise money through a bake sale or get some people to sign a petition. Then think back about what happened because of your work. Keep a notebook about who you talked to and what kinds of actions you took. What lessons did you learn? What mistakes did you make? And how did you fix them? After you have done all of that, tell your story. Write an article for a school paper or post a story online. But whatever you do, make sure you tell the world about the great things you achieved so you can inspire other kids to do the same. And remember, you're not alone. Great resources exist to help. My organization, Earth Echo International, is all about helping kids like you change the world. Visit our website at www.earthecho.org and find out how we can help you. Every day, young people are changing the world, making it better. I hope you find your special place to explore and to be inspired, just like I did when I was a kid. Then stand up, go out there and change the world, just like Vivian. I believe in you. And that is from the author, Philippe COUSTEAU. Then let's look at one more part. A note to the parents and teachers out there. From climate change to water scarcity to collapsing ecosystems, the news is dire, and youths are often the first to suffer. The problems we face aren't across the ocean or in some faraway jungle. They are in our communities, outside our back door, in our air, our water, everywhere. While that may seem like doom and gloom, the good news is that the solutions to these problems are all around us too. Every time I see a young person, I see hope. Youth activists have been have been thought leaders and change makers around huge issues like child labor, civil rights, equal rights to education, and most recently, issues like environmental justice and immigration reform. Too often, adults see kids only as volunteers for environmental projects, as participants, rather than seeing them as critical thinkers capable of solving any number of problems. What can you do as a parent or teacher or any adult? First, believe in your children, allow them to ask questions, and then help them find the answers. When kids are empowered to consider problems, gather information, and drive their own activism by what truly interests them, they invent solutions that adults would often never consider. And those solutions and the passion that they carry into adulthood will save the world. Yeah. For more information, visit www.earthecho.org. So much to consider in this book, so much to consider in that message, but it is indeed a call to action for each and every one of us listening in today. And of course, it is our responsibility to share this message out there with our friends, with our families, with everybody that we care about, so that we can continue to take care of this wonderful planet that we call home. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. And thank you for being here with us. Beautiful book, you say, Kathy. Thank you indeed. Couldn't agree with you more. Beautiful book indeed, written by PHILIPPE, COUSTEAU, Deborah Hopkinson, and beautiful illustrations by MEILO. So thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Chrissy, Mitchell Adams, and of course, Borden, how are you doing? Hopefully enjoying your spring break to the fullest. If this is your last day, I hope that you enjoy it even more. Thank you so much for being here. And you say, what a wonderful reminder. And that is powerful as well, right? We need to keep reminding ourselves, and that's why we're here on Storytime, to learn from each other, to keep learning together, and of course, to be reminders through each other. Thank you so much for being here, and indeed appreciate your comment there. Chrissy, thank you for being here. Sending you and Bowden hugs out there in Vermont. Thank you for joining us here on Storytime. Cynthia, thank you so much for joining us. Where are you joining us from, Cynthia, today? Thank you for being here. Cynthia Malikana Msonda, thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And you say nice. Yes, indeed. It is a beautiful book. A beautiful, beautiful book indeed. And I've enjoyed reading it. I've enjoyed being reminded, yes, this call to action is for all of us. And remember to believe in our young ones. And I love when it says, when I see kids, I see hope. I see those that will save our world. Thank you so much for joining in here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you for joining us from up there in the Great White. Thank you for being here from out there in Canada, Saskatoon. Thank you for being here. Absolutely appreciate you, Cynthia. And we hope to see you on many, many more story times. Hopefully, this is not the last one. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here for story time. Absolutely appreciate you. Yes, indeed, Kwahaye representing for sure. For those friends that are joining in and don't know what Kwahaye is the west of Zambia, where the Lozis come from. Of course, I am Lozi, and yeah, thank you, appreciate you. Kwahaye, Kwanto. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Cynthia, thank you for representing. Thank you for giving me that one. Definitely making me smile. Absolutely appreciate everybody. This has been Storytime for today. Please remember, just give yourself one goal. What is one thing that you hope to achieve? What is one thing that you hope, that achievable goal that you're setting for yourself in order to ensure a better place, a better neighborhood, a better environment? We've had many wonderful books this week, but the highlight, I think, too, was this one from brand new, coming to us from Deborah Hopkinson and of course Kennard Back, and that one is called On a Summer Night. Read first time here on Storytime. It is coming out on May 14th. Please ask for it from your local library. Ask for it wherever you find books, and remember to go to earthday.org and continue to look at many ideas, find that problem that you could solve, and see how you can play a part in it. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. This has been Storytime on this beautiful Friday morning. I hope it is indeed a beautiful one for you as well. Thank you for being here. We'll see you again on Monday for more story time. Absolutely appreciate you. Big hugs from me, and I will see you again tomorrow. Oh, well, no, won't see you tomorrow. See you on Monday for more story time. But of course, remember, if you want to see story time tomorrow, you can always go to storytimewithmrlamada.com and get to enjoy all the wonderful stories that we have there for you. Much love from me. See you again on Monday. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Read me all of your stories, some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be